it is used for ERB as well.
Yeah, so like personally, I don't know, but I don't know how to stress on SAP so much in my resume. But
Mm-hmm.
like there are things which I am really great, which people keep
Mm-hmm.
saying like, wow, you learn it so fast. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to express it in my resume. Like
Mm-hmm.
especially they say that I'm the like king of Excel. And
Mm-hmm. Okay,
so but
nice.
yeah, so I don't have like any I don't get any means of expressing that in my resume,
Okay.
especially Excel, because both my jobs, they always, everyone in the team comes to me for Excel doubts, pivots, all those things, anything regarding Excel, they come to me. So,
Okay.
and SAP too, I'm kind of good, but since I haven't had the how do you say, the opportunity here to learn more, because since
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kept as an intern and more on the, it's more like financially inclined, this job,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
but business, all those.
Okay. So I think the best way to show your expertise in Excel, like rather than saying that you are someone who is really an expert or a king of Excel, what we do is that, we prefer adding such related accomplishments that actually show that this person has a good grasp over all the key Excel concepts. So I
Okay.
would like to know that how have you been using Excel in this current job of yours, and how has it been helpful so far?
So in this current job, my almost like all my reports are in Excel.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, the what features I use is mostly like pivot, VLOOKUP, and most of this creating like automated how do you say, like shortening the processes needed. Like I
Mm-hmm.
develop like more like complex formulas
Uh-huh.
using my logic to like reduce the steps needed. Like I made a totally new report for planners. Like in terms of emergency, they'll use these reports. I reduced
Mm-hmm.
like the time before used to take these reports was like totally like more manual. Like they needed to edit every stuff. They had to do like checks almost every other day. Like
Mm-hmm.
so the one which I brought it into place, it's more like just copy paste. So I made a more
Okay.
like uh how do you say it? So the Excel report before was more like you
Mm-hmm.
have to calculate, you have to add these days, you have to add those days, and then you have to input the time this day, and then you can visualize. But then
Uh-huh.
right now I automated the report and I made all like you'll just see the visualizations automatically if you paste the data.
Okay, great. So,
Yeah.
what sort of report was this that you actually automated?
Yeah, this was a bottleneck template.
Okay.
Like it is a manual version of SAP. Like in case SAP breaks down or if there is an SAP error,
Uh-huh.
so I take these the data from SAP, which is
Mm-hmm.
correct, and then they paste over to this so that SAP so that the team doesn't know like knows what is exact. Because if they trust
Yeah.
that information, sometimes they say that when the suppliers are getting a different information than what we are seeing.
Yeah.
So then they want to take the process offline, and then they
Mm-hmm.
create this template, and then so I made this like Excel file like a like how do you say, a template. So then once they
Okay.
paste this data, it becomes there, and once they change the date, it'll go on to the next day.
Okay, that's
So it
great.
is like that. Yep.
Uh-huh. So, which were some of the Excel features that you use for this? Like, for example, if you are talking about the visualization, so
Yep.
you just mentioned VLOOKUP, and you
Yeah.
are good with pivot tables. So,
Yep.
yeah, any other features of Excel that you are really good with?
Yeah, I'm also good at pivot charts, also with
Mm-hmm.
like I'm recently got a like I'm interested in macros, so I'm kind of going to perfect
Mm-hmm.
it soon. So I just like
Okay.
recently came to it. I just got knowledge of it. So now
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking my time to perfect it, like so
Okay,
that
great. Yeah.
then it can be like somewhere wow, like someone else. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also I'm also like the same. I'm a more like a shortcut person. Like
Okay.
I love to do stuff which is which like a huge amount of task in a short given in time. That's going to be a challenge for me. Rather
Mm-hmm.
than if I would say like you're given the same task over a long period of time, it won't be
Mm-hmm.
any challenge to me. So that's
Okay.
so I like to do things more like which need short work, like very soon work. So I am also a fan of using shortcuts in Excel, like
Okay.
any
Nice.
like alt tabbing, like multi-view mode. So all of
Uh-huh.
this, you can like see dual sources of data, say at the same time.
Uh-huh.
There
Mm-hmm.
are many like I found like many shortcuts to do, but
Mm-hmm.
it's I don't feel like it is like that. Uh, how do you say that? That to
Advance.
see everyone that it should be put in a resume. So, but I can explain it,
Okay.
but it's not like that. Like wonderful. Like it is a great tool, but I don't think people
Mm-hmm.
will understand or it from a
Mm-hmm.
resume. If you know what I'm saying, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Perfectly makes sense. Okay. That's great. And then you've mentioned that supporting planners to bring down their TCTs to target levels using a deep problem solving tool. So
Yes.
what is this TCT all about?
So TCT is actually the total coverage time. That is where like a part like the inventory, how much
Mm-hmm.
the inventory on hand, how many days can it last? Like if we have
Okay.
managed or if like our supplier goes out and if we are
Mm-hmm.
only left with the stock we have in our warehouse, so how many days
Mm-hmm.
would it last?
Okay.
So like thousand, we have like thousand stock, and it'll
Mm-hmm.
end up in like 100 days. So we need
Okay.
to. So what the management wants is we need to bring the days left to like 80. So that's what I'm helping the planners through these various reports, like telling them, hey, you can do this one, hey, you can do this one, like that.
Mm-hmm.
More like suggesting them or saying them like doing this. So I just like it seemed like felt like AD is a thing which I learned, but I'm not
Mm-hmm.
actually putting it to work. So I just want to show it in my resume like I do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, one of those.
Okay. Great. And then process improvement in planning using data from platforms like SAP, SharePoint,
Yeah.
Power
Mhm.
BI, and Catalytic. Okay, so yeah, so how do you use these other tools like SharePoint site or Power
Mhm.
Business Intelligence or Catalytic? How are you using it?
So right now, like our company uses a lot software like this SAP. So as I said,
Mm-hmm.
I take all my reports from SAP, and
Mm-hmm.
other most of the other platforms also use the data from SAP. So there's the main knowledge hub, like data hub.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
Power BI is like they have my team has created a report, so I have
Mm-hmm.
to run these reports daily and then show the team that these are your these are the points you need to fix on. Like, and I make an open point list, an OPL.
Mm-hmm.
I make an open point list and tell to them like, yeah, you have these done. So and then we have these weekly meetings with to check with the planners that how are you doing in this? What is your status? Kind
Mm-hmm.
of.
Okay.
And
Okay, and is
coming to,
there?
and also I forgot to say about the SharePoint and Catalytic. So SharePoint is
Yeah.
also like right now I'm leading a project where uh so my project is uh, regarding like I have to make all the work instructions in like
Mm-hmm.
Bosch format. I have to make it all in like standardized, like a uniform uh, like quality standards from the
Okay.
quality team. So
Uh-huh.
I discussed with them like I brainstormed with them like how to format this. So once the format was good, half of my work is done.
Yeah.
Half of my work outside is done. So other rest of the work is what I have to do left. So
Yeah.
that's when I take all these reports from inside the system and all any new ones I ask around the team if there is any new ones and then sit with the team, discuss it, format it, and then publish it in the SharePoint because they say that if your document is there in SharePoint, then only it's like standard. Until
Okay.
then, it's just like it's not standard. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's my project.
Okay. Perfect. And okay, and one of the job posting actually asks for, use data from the master planner.
Yep.
So yeah, okay. So which master planner do you have in place?
So master planner is I like for us it's mainly SAP again.
Okay.
There's
Mm-hmm.
no specific other tool we use in this
Okay.
one. So what we
Uh-huh.
get is so we can see from our in SAP what our suppliers have, how are their thing, and then we communicate also like how is your end doing? Is there any capacity constraints? All those stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Okay.
we also like try we also since we are dealing directly with customers, we have to be extra careful
Mm-hmm.
because we can never tell a no to a customer. So we have to be very
Yeah.
communicative with our suppliers. Like this is what customer wants. This is what we need to have like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Perfect.
Hmm.
And then
So also
okay,
I had
lean
this question.
manufacturing. Yeah. Mhm.
Yep. So I don't know, but is it better to have a two-page resume or a one-page resume?
It actually depends on how much experience you have. Like
Mm-hmm.
even for people who are at an executive level, we suggest them to have a two-page resume. But since
Okay.
you are more or less a recent graduate, so I think
Yep.
one-page resume should be enough. But
Sure.
then you have some projects to your credit as well. So even if your resume exceeds a page, I think
Mm-hmm.
it's fine.
Okay.
As soon as as long as we are covering everything. So yeah, that's the
Sure.
priority.
Okay. Yep. That's good then.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And
Yep.
so then any other thing from this particular role of yours that you think we haven't discussed so far?
So this one, I don't know how to add figures in this. Like
Mm-hmm.
I could give a like figures like just like planning. Like I also wanted to add like I plan also for like Ford tiers. So I feel that
Okay.
that would maybe be a big catch for hiring managers
Sure,
because since
definitely.
it's a OEM, it's a automotive OEM, one of the topmost OEM. So I feel
Yeah.
you can add that like I plan for 4 tiers,
Okay.
and
And
then
so yeah, any other one that you would like to add, like apart from 4 tiers?
yeah, apart from 4 tiers, yeah, I think others all I think I've covered in my resume. Yep,
Mhm.
yep.
Okay. But then apart from 4 tiers, like does the company have some other famous
Yeah, they
customer?
have. Yeah, even like FCA, GM, you could even add that. I don't mind
Yeah.
explaining. So like
Okay.
FCA, GM, Toyota, Honda.
Mm-hmm.
So almost like all the famous like BMW, even Mercedes Benz
Mm-hmm.
and Daimler. So there are almost like all OEMs we deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So I know how the process works for them. So it won't be a
Mm-hmm.
big hassle for me to explain them.
Okay, great. So I can say that these people are your company's clients, and in a way, they are your clients as well.
Yep, sure, sure.
Okay, great. Okay, so any other process you were able to improve here, since you are good with Excel as well. So any process you were able to automate here, any report generation you automated, or apart from the one that we already discussed. So any other
Yeah.
thing?
Any other thing is it's more like very like intricate and detailed. Like as I said, I'm
Mm-hmm.
more like a shortcut person, so I try to find what's the like no I won't say shortcuts, but easy ways to get
I
your
think
data.
in engineering, it's a given. You are more prone towards automating things and reducing
Yeah,
more and more manual effort.
yeah, that's all. So, but I don't know how to put it in my resume. So, but
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
also want to focus on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, any other automation that you created or any other way, any other process you improved here?
In your process, I would say I can't think right now out of my head, but
Oh,
surely if any other there, I'll surely email it or message it back to you. But I can't
yeah,
think of
definitely. You have
something.
my email address as well with you.
Yeah,
So
sure,
if you later, recall something, so just send me an email.
sure, sure.
Okay. Okay. And so you were telling me about some figures as well that you wanted to add some figures. So what were those
Yep.
figures?
So right now, so it was regarding the financial reports.
Mm-hmm.
So, so what we did was we did financial report the last year when I joined. It was like 27 million.
Mm-hmm.
We had to scrap 27 million, and right now we are down to like 6 million. So
Okay.
I
Mm-hmm.
have like maybe it's 6 to 10 million. If it
Mm-hmm.
is, I don't know if it is like a easy task to put it or that. So what I've done throughout my like 8 months is like
Mm-hmm.
week by week I go into the system, create these reports, and then at the end of the month these are like scrapped out of the system. So that's what I did. So right now from 27 million you can put it to 10 million.
Mhm. But yeah,
So I
but
can.
one thing I would like to know is that what's the benefit of reducing it from the records? Like, is this the actual amount of damage you have prevented or reduced, or how would you term it? Like, and you were there to scrap off these
Yeah,
financial
sure.
figures there, but then yeah, but then reducing it from 27 to 10, how is it really helpful?
Okay. So I would say that more since these reports needed a lot of approvals from different departments too.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that I was communicating with all our in like how do you say the intra within Bosch department, like how do you say
Mm-hmm.
warehousing, quality, the damage team, and also our
Mm-hmm.
supply. So I had to communicate with all of them in order to confirm that this scrap is approved. Otherwise, if it is approved,
Okay.
I don't think it will have come this down. Like
Mm-hmm.
it have stayed, and I'm pretty sure the approval people are not that are very strict. They are always strict of any money going down the list.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
And so
so
what if
more
it's not approved? Like, was it less approved earlier that it was 27 million?
yeah. So one was there was like before I came there was so much of scrap that they didn't